My name is Tom Cravens, and I was the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce in 1976-77. Between 70 and 80, Arlington grew from about 60,000, nearly 80,000 to 160,000. The Chamber interacted with this new business that was created by the population increase because we had seminars for new businesses, we had meet and greet, we had business over breakfast. We had all kinds of things we did to get the citizens and the businesses together. So it really worked out well that the Chamber was the one that started all those kind of meet and greets. UTA grew just like the city grew. And as it grew, Dr. Nettleman added more doctorate programs to it. It was more of a teaching university, a degree granting university. And at the same time, they dropped football. And that was a big deal in the 1970s that UTA dropped the football program. That was going on at the time. So that was pivotal. For UTA, that was very pivotal. The downtown, it used to be called the Malling of America because the malls took all the people out of downtown and put them out in malls. And that was not good for downtown. So we started looking at ways to bring people back downtown. It started with the Chamber. We had all kinds of plans. We had plan after plan after plan, and none of the plans got done for a while. And finally, we hired Lana Wolf to run it through the Chamber, and she ran it for a while. And then we ended up starting downtown Arlington with a PID that created taxes that would pay for the downtown Arlington, and that's it really got cranked off and went well. And Maggie Campbell came in and brought the Levitt, and the Levitt started turning its face toward UTA, and UTA and downtown didn't have the back toward each other anymore, and they were interacting with each other. The entertainment district was being built. We were moving that way, so everything started interacting with each other, and that's where it all started. Mayor Stovall was the mayor at that time, and some of the challenges we had was supplying enough seats for Arlington Stadium, for Turnpike Stadium as it was called then. And we added Chamber and the city got together, and we added up to 35,000 seats to bring it to Major League standards. And we had a lot of fun with that project. Well, the Chamber probably takes credit for it, but Tom Vandergrift's the one that really did it. You know, we didn't do it. Tom Vandergrift is an amazing person, and there's been a lot of stories told about him, and all of them are true. And he really is the one that went to Washington, got the senators to come here. We took an old stadium that was a minor league stadium, started turning into a major league stadium. All the nooks and crannies in it. UTA used to play football there, and they'd bring bulldozers in and move the seats around so they could play football, then move it back so they could play baseball. And that didn't tend to work so well, so we started the campaign to build the Ranger Stadium, the one that's now Choctaw Stadium. You ask if the Chamber helped the Rangers. I think the Rangers helped the Chamber more than we helped them, because they supported every event we were in. They still do support a lot of events, and so I believe they helped us more than we helped them. They knew baseball and we knew tourism, so we both worked together to make that happen. One of the things that meant the most to me was I got a call one day, about 1984, 85, and it's from Dave Moritz. And I'm in my home. It was 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm at the home, and he said, Dave didn't ask you how you're doing, whatever's going on. He didn't have a lot of small talk. He said, will you be the president of the Chamber? And I said, we can pay you to be president of the Chamber. We're going to let the Chamber president go, and we want you to step in. And I said, well, I've got a partner in business, and I went and talked to my partner, Wayne Coble, and the next morning, and he said, sure, there's no problem with that. And so I called Dave back and said, I'll take it. And we took it for a while. And while I was there, I want to finish the story with this. While I was there at the Chamber, it was in a small building in downtown Arlington, not this building that we're in now, but there was a guy sitting next to me that was a kind of a vice president of the Chamber, or just worked for the Chamber, named David Sampson. And David, I would say, David, we got to go out to an opening gear. He'd write my speech for me. He'd do everything. And I mean, just bam, automatically he'd get it done. And So the chamber was hiring a firm to look for a new president to replace me because I was not going to be a permanent. I didn't want to be a permanent. I was just going to hold it together for a while. And they were going to pay a headhunter a bunch of money to find somebody. And I finally went to them and I said, there's no reason to go out and hire anybody else to find somebody that could work this. The guy in the office next to me, David Sampson, can do the job. And David did the job unbelievably. This building is here today, the new building, because David Sampson put it together. Of course, George Bush took him to Washington, and he's still a friend of mine. And that's one of the most proud moments I had, is putting David Sampson in charge of the chamber. The chamber accomplished during the 80 years in existence, from 15 people, sitting around a coffee shop in downtown Arlington, to what it is today, this beautiful building that it's housed in. But it's just been an ebb and flow. There's been great times in the chamber. There's been some bad times in the chamber, when the chamber membership was not good, the economy was not good, COVID came along, all kinds of things up and down, but the chamber survived them all. They've made great strides in what they've done with the business community in Arlington, and you have to hand it to them. They just never gave up, never do give up, and they've been here 80 years. And like somebody said, if you lived in Arlington all your life, and I say, well, not yet. The chamber is not through yet. It'll keep going. Together we succeed means that you cannot work in individual pods around town, and you have to all work together to make the town work, to make the citizens understand what you're doing, be transparent with what you're doing, let everybody know what the job is, and be on one chapter at a time and not a whole book at a time. So you have to build the chapters and end up with the book. So that's what we're doing. Well, I think legacy of leadership, I followed from my father. He was a leader, and he led a lot of things in Arlington and Fort Worth and the state. And I think that was ingrained in me, and I tried to ingrain that in my children. And Carl and Mary Tom both took heed to it, and actually both of them have done an amazing job in volunteering in Arlington, serving for Arlington, being cheerleaders for Arlington, and that makes me the happiest that my family is following in my footsteps. The business and the personal relationships that you had at the chamber, and they stay with you for the rest of your life. And it was a great opportunity, and I miss it, but I'm glad that younger people are taking it over.